Hi, welcome. We're going to get started in a couple minutes. It's just now 12 o'clock, so we're going to give a couple more minutes for other people to join before we get started. Thanks for being here, and we'll be back in just a minute. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started because I know that everybody has things to do and we have a lot of exciting things to share today. So thank you for those of you who have joined. This is the second in our revenue and retention summer learning series, and I'm really excited about this one with Persona Nutrition. So today, hi there. So if you don't know, too, on the right-hand side, you can post a comment. Let us know where you're joining from. If you have any questions as we're going through the presentation, feel free. You might have to click on your screen somewhere if you're watching this on YouTube. I believe it's on the right-hand side. So as I was saying, today we are talking to Persona Nutrition, who is the one of the leaders in personalized supplements. And Stephanie Vogel. She's joining us. So we're talking about personalized supplements for better outcomes, loyalty, and patient lifetime value. So for those of you who do not know me, I'm Hilary Small. I'm the founder of the Medspa Society. We are a full service marketing, branding, and operations agency. We're deeply rooted in wellness. And that's why this particular presentation for me and what Persona Nutrition has to offer to med spas and wellness practices is on the cutting edge when it comes to offering supplements to your patients. If you're doing it already, your patients or your clients, if you're doing it already and in other ways, this is an opportunity for you to explore that could add additional value to you and again your patients or your clients. So I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie and let her give you a little bit about her background. But actually, before I do that, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you how Stephanie and I met. We actually worked together at a large, where I was managing the marketing. I was a marketing consultant for a large multi-location functional medicine practice. And Stephanie was one of the leading patient advocates. So she was working to support the patients in their wellness journeys. So she had, going into the position that she is, and I don't want to speak for her, but going into the position that she's in, she had a really good foundation of knowledge on what patients need. So from that perspective, she will be a great resource and wealth of knowledge to anybody who chooses to leverage the Persona platform. And I'll turn it over to Stephanie now so she can give a little bit of a better introduction of herself.
Thank you, Hillary. Thank you for having me. So yes, I am Stephanie Vogel. I'm currently VP of Business Development at Persona. I've been in the functional medicine industry for the last 15 years. I feel like I really have grown up in it and really watched it evolve into where it is today and how health is really on the forefront. I joined Persona of September of last year. Persona was actually acquired by Nestle back in 2019 and then reacquired in April of last year by the original CEO. So I came on board to really take Persona from the direct-to-consumer side to really widening our scope to offer this service to other practitioners and providers to better support them and to better support their patients. So thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. So just to quickly go over what you can expect from us today. And Stephanie's going to spend a lot of time just sharing the platform with you so that you can see how it easily integrates into your practice. So giving you a better introduction of Persona Pro and how it fits into the Persona Nutrition umbrella. As Stephanie said, Persona Nutrition, they were the pioneer in personalized supplements. So I'm sure you have seen other companies that have a similar offering, but Persona has on the back end technology, phenomenal technology, which again, Stephanie will share how that works and how that will benefit, how that can benefit a medical provider, wellness practice, Medspa. So learning how the platform can be easily integrated into your existing workflows, how it can help enhance client retention with personalized wellness, discover how offering supplement protocols through Persona can support better outcomes and keep clients engaged long-term. And this is huge, especially if you are a functional practice, if you are a practice who is offering hormone therapy, if you're doing blood panels for your patients. Again, Stephanie will go into the details of how this can support those types of services and really helping your patients achieve their wellness goals. And then simple strategies, again, for implementation, walking through how clinics like yours are getting started quickly and using Persona to elevate their client experience. So I just want to touch on a couple things in terms of statistics. And since Persona Nutrition launched Persona Pro, the response has been in 45 days since it has launched. So if you choose to sign up for the platform, which is free, you will be, one of the first to get started on it. And Stephanie, how many people have signed up so far? How many?
Oh, we have almost 250.
So again, in 45 days. So that's just kind of showing you, obviously, the trend and where things are going and how, adding something like this could, really be a benefit. So wellness services increase client lifetime value. That's something that probably goes without saying. Supplement sales can definitely add, supplement sales, retail obviously add, additional revenue to the per client or per patient. And clinics that introduce wellness memberships, so this is something that can be incorporated into that. It also increases visit frequency and retention rates improve with, adding these things in personalized supplements and personalized wellness plans to your practice. So who can benefit from Persona Pro? And really, this is not an exhaustive list, but this will help those on this call and, whoever may be viewing this, after the live presentation, but MedSpas, aesthetics, wellness, general practice, nutritionist, health coach, chiropractor, dietitian, fitness coach, personal trainer. And again, when Stephanie goes through, she will, talk about how this can be incorporated, the different options there are within the platform, depending on whether you are a medical practice or not. So that is something that she'll talk about. And I'm going to turn it over to Stephanie now so that she can start walking through the platform.
Okay. And, I wanted to touch on really our direct to consumer business on that side of things and how our technology was developed and the science behind it, right? So we have a medical advisory board. Our chief medical officer is Dr. Mike Roizen, along with 5 other doctors from Johns Hopkins, pharmacists, dietitians, nutritionists, who really created our lifestyle assessment and the logic behind it. So that was created by our medical advisory board. And then on top of that, we have developed a drug nutrient interaction database. So essentially, if someone is on a prescription medication, we flag if that medication interacts with the specific nutrient, and then vice versa. If they're on a prescription medication that depletes a specific nutrient, we flag that as well, along with nutrient-nutrient interactions. So right now on our direct-to-consumer side, a consumer would go through our lifestyle assessment and then their drug-nutrient interaction database and then be given a recommendation. And then they could either purchase or not purchase. If they decide to purchase, then they are sent daily dose packs of their supplements, individualized with their name on it to them. And then we also provide further support. So we have on staff nutritionists and registered dietitians to support our customers as many times as they want for no additional charge. So we have the science, the technology, and then that ongoing support on our direct-to-consumer side. So we take it a step further with Persona Pro, where we give a provider practitioner the ability to leverage our science and technology, but have the ability to further customize a supplement regimen based off of their clinical insights, based off of any lab data or testing that they're doing in office, to really further customize that for their patients and have their patients on a continuous 28-day cadence receive that, and then the ability to change it in real time. So say a provider starts a patient on a regimen, they come back 8 weeks later for a follow-up, and their health needs evolve and they need further customization. The provider has the ability to go in and change a plan in real time. Or we have those providers who just really want to cherry pick what they want their patients on. And they have the ability to do that within the platform. So it's really a one size fits all. And that's really how it was designed, to really reach every provider's needs. So I'll kind of jump into it. I just wanted to give you that context on really the science behind it and then the clinical support that we have available for you and our partners.
And one thing that I want to add before Stephanie moves forward is the value of the nutritionist on staff, and the fact that, I know that a lot of the practices that I work with, that is a missing component of the practice, not having, a nutritionist that can help guide your patient. So if your, patient is on a weight loss regimen, if they're on hormone therapy, there are certainly things from a nutrition perspective that can help them help optimize the plan that you have put forth. So this without adding someone to your staff is something that can be leveraged in, adding that additional value to your patients.
Yes, absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Okay, so once you create an account, you will have there's two aspects of it. So you will have your back end dashboard, and then you will be provided a custom URL for you to share with your clients and patients. So once you create it, your customized landing page would live here. And then in order to share that, you would just copy it. You can link it to your website. You can add it on your social media. You can use it for email blasts. You can text it, whatever way you want to share it. And then that would basically guide your clients or patients to that landing page. And it would be personalized to your practice. We can add your logo on right up top next to Persona, and then that would guide your patients to take the assessment. And this is really designed for those providers who want to leverage the assessment and get either a recommendation or a baseline recommendation, giving you the ability to further customize. So once your patient takes the assessment, they're going to be geared to the checkout page. Once they check out, there will be a box that says, "Send to my provider to review." Once they click that box, you will be notified via email that you have new recommendations in your portal, and they will live in this tab on your dashboard. So once you click that, you'll find that patient, you'll review their program, you'll see what they were recommended. Maybe they just had lab data and you know that that patient's vitamin D was critically high and they don't need any more vitamin D. You have the ability to take that out or add whatever you deem fit. And then once you finalize it, you would approve it. A email notification would then get sent to your patient stating that your provider has reviewed and approved your regimen, and then give them a detailed outline of what it consists of. So this is really one way that you can utilize this. Or you can add patients in real time. You can have your front office staff add patients. So when you have them in the room with you, you can create a plan. So when you add a patient, very just simple demographics, first name, last name, email, gender, date of birth, their dietary restrictions. You still have the ability to utilize our drug nutrient interaction database. So you would just input any prescription medications that they are on, and then basically cherry pick what you feel your patient or client should take. And then you can also filter by concern to give you some guidelines on a specific issue. And then once you complete that, you would email it to your patient. Your patient would get a notification that they have new recommendations from their provider, and then would purchase. And then they're placed on a 28-day ongoing cadence of receiving their supplements.
So yeah, so again, the beauty of this is one of the really great benefits of this is that you don't have to have any inventory. Mm-hmm. The proprietary technology that's behind it that nobody else has. So that drug interaction database is huge. And then, again, the ability to either have if you are, again, not a medical practice and you want to have your clients, if you're, a personal trainer or somebody, like that, you can still leverage this, have your clients take the assessment, you can review it, but not from a medical perspective. So having that option, I think too, is really great.
And at the end of the day, it's simple for both the provider and the patient. It's a simple way to take supplements, and it's very psychological too. And I will say that just based from my own personal experience, being in the functional medicine industry for so long and being exposed to so many new treatments and supplements and things, and even having the opportunity to have these available, can't even stay consistent because it's so much. It's very cumbersome. So ever since I started at Persona, I started taking Persona. And for me, just having my supplements readily available in a morning pack, taking it, I psychologically started my day off on a healthy foot. And mentally, okay, I took my supplements. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to eat my protein. I'm going to work out. It was very psychological for me, and it's very easy.
Yeah, no, and that's another thing too. When your clients or your patients receive the packs, it comes with specific instructions as well as a guide to all of the supplements, which if you are just, selling, pure encapsulations or, another, even if you're white labeling, another supplement brand, that is not necessarily something you may not create. You would have to create that on your own, essentially. So with this, the patient is even guided, from that perspective. And then once you sign up, so once you have signed up for the platform, you, from a marketing perspective, there's support there. And, if any of you have worked with me and you are going to sign up, or if you are, want a marketing consultation to say, like, this is something I want to add into my practice, like, how would you suggest that I get it out there? How would you suggest that I market it? How would you suggest that I put it on my website? I would be happy to, help guide you in that direction too, to help integrate this, into your practice in a smart way. That lets patients know, hey, this is something that we offer, it adds credibility. And then again, just, from an awareness perspective. So before I move on, Stephanie, was there anything else that you wanted to add?
I think I just want to touch on our formulations and the quality of our supplements. I will say that we have an on-site pharmacist who is absolutely amazing. She formulates all of our supplements, sources the ingredients, and then we contract manufacture to GMP certified manufacturers. We have a state-of-the-art facility based out of Snoqualmie, Washington. Nothing is allowed to enter our clean room environment without a certificate of analysis. So everything is third-party tested.
Yeah. That's really important.
And I can also want to point out our quality is very clean and pure. We are still, just based off of how we package, and all of our material is pharmaceutical grade packaging. We are 30% cheaper than if a patient were to go out and buy individual bottles.
Before I move on, are there any questions? If you have questions, please post them in the comment box. Also, if you do not want to, ask questions here publicly, I will be sharing contact information for Stephanie so that you can reach out to her and, talk a little bit more in detail if you'd like to about getting started with Persona. Stephanie, I don't know now, do you want to share a little bit about the revenue side of things, what a practice can expect?
Yep, absolutely. So we do offer for our partners a 20% profit share, and that's on a reoccurring for the lifetime of your patient and client. And there is a reporting feature in your portal, so you will be able to track the patients that ordered. You'll be able to track the patients who've completed the assessment and haven't ordered. And some feedback that I've gotten from some of my providers are a lot of people are using this as a tool to re-engage inactive patients or expired patients. Hi, Mike. So right now we are in our pilot. As Hillary mentioned, we just launched this 45 days ago. So we are compiling our pilot group. So as of right now, there is no cost to create an account and start.
Right. So in order to do that, all you would have to do is, if you are ready to get started, scan this QR code. Or again, reach out to Stephanie and she can help you. But if you scan this, it'll take you right to setting up your account and we'll get the process started for you. If you're not ready to do it now, you can definitely take a picture of this. You'll be getting this recording also sent to you automatically once we're done today. Any other questions? Going once, going twice. So again, I just want to thank you all for joining. I really hope that, this series that we're offering this summer, which my intention is that, it truly does give those who, are exposed to this content, opportunities to, increase revenue and retention, because the things that we're sharing, they're not just for promotion, and, it's because they work. And the people and the partners that the Medspa Society and I personally choose to bring on are those who I've had, I've had long-term relationships with Stephanie. I believe in the Persona Pro product, Persona Nutrition product. I personally take it. I take, supplements every single day. Those of you who are in the wellness space know, how something like this can truly not only add revenue, but it can add value to your patients. And, the retention aspect is huge. The reality is, though, it's exciting to get started with something like this, but it's another thing to actually truly integrate it into your practice. And that's where, Stephanie comes in. She truly does care about those who, are part of the Persona Pro platform. This is her baby. She started it with Persona Nutrition because she believed in the potential of it. And, it's being proven with, how many providers have signed up so far. So I'm really excited for anybody who has joined us today to get started. If you have any questions, again, like I said, for me, from a marketing perspective, for Stephanie, regarding, anything else related to the platform, feel free to reach out to her directly, StephanieV@personanutrition.com. And the last thing that I would like to share is our next session in the Summer Learning Series is on July 8th at 12, and it's with Corral Data. This one is another amazing technology that will help you uncover the data in your med spa or wellness practice that can truly make a difference in a tremendous difference in revenue. So scan this, or I'll be sharing it on our Instagram, MedSpa Society's Instagram, or again, you can email me, reach out to me at any time. But again, thank you so much for joining. Stephanie, thank you very much for sharing Persona Pro with us. And I hope to speak to you all or see you all again soon. Have a great summer. Take care.
Thank you.